Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Zentangle Explore. I am so glad that you're joining me, either live or on the replay. This is a class where we draw really, really slowly, and we draw one Zentangle pattern and explore it. So if you have a pen and you can draw a line and you can breathe, then you are in the perfect place. So you will need a pen. I have a Faber-Castell here, Pitt pen, but you can draw with whatever you have, even a ballpoint pen, even a marker, even a Sharpie, even a pencil, and some pieces of paper that you can fit in the palm of your hand. And that's all you need. So we will start with brief meditation, and then we will have a long period to draw together. So if you can just get settled in your seats, get nice and comfortable. You can close your eyes if you'd like. I'm going to close mine. And just check in with your breath. Hello, breath. Perhaps you're inhaling. Perhaps you're exhaling. Perhaps you're noticing very, very small stop at the top of the inhale, with a very small stop at the bottom of the exhale. Whatever your breathing is doing is just perfect. Just allow it to be how it is and notice. Perhaps you can start to notice or begin to notice where you can feel your breath in your body. Perhaps there's a slight expansion of your rib cage. Maybe there's a slight expansion of your belly or falling of the belly with the exhale. You might be able to feel movement in your shoulders or in the back of your body. Maybe you can feel it at the apex of your nostrils, maybe some cooling or some warmth, or in the back of your throat. And allow any sounds, including the sound of my kitty, just float away and be there. Allow them to be points of relaxation. Every sound, every movement, another opportunity to tune back into your breath. Perhaps allow that breath to expand a bit, floating up to the top of your head. On the inhale, and sinking down to your feet on the exhale. Very gently. Just inviting the breath to expand a little bit on the inhale and descend a little bit on the exhale. When you're ready, let's all take a big inhale together. And a nice sighing exhale. Oh. Allow your voice to be heard in your environment. Nice inhale. A nice exhale. Oh. One more inhale together. And a nice exhale. Oh. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and know that whatever we create together and that you create today here or in your life will be perfect just as it is. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for that. It's always wonderful to sit and breathe for a bit before drawing, especially when we're drawing slowly. I'm going to change my camera and we will begin. So I have a pen, and any pen that you have will be just perfect. And I have some small pieces of paper that you can hold in the palm of your hand. So some are bigger than others. This is a 2x2, but and even oddly shaped ones, even misshapen ones, whatever you have is just perfect. This is watercolor paper, so you can add to it with watercolor later if you'd like, but if you just have regular paper, that is fine too. So we're going to draw a Zentangle pattern called Oshun, Oshun, and it is by Steen Bartholomew, who's a certified Zentangle teacher. And we're going to draw it really, really slowly. So to begin, just going to begin on the edge of our paper here with a nice slow semicircle. So slowly. And then an aura. And an aura is simply a line that mimics what comes before. If you have a little wiggle in your line like I do today, just let it be there. If you have a lot of space on the inside here, you could put an aura on the inside if you wish. I'm going to add another aura. The number of lines here is up to you. The spacing is up to you. If your lines wiggle, it's up to you. The width of this little semicircle, the shape of it, that's up to you too. So once you have your auras in, I'm going to show you two ways to draw this. The first is with a little V at the top. Notice that it's not touching. So it is not touching the aura. And then from this right hand V, we're going to take off and land, which is a Zentangle practice. We are going to draw on this line and then come up with a little curve. Draw this in portions. A little curve that then swings under like a little sea or a little ocean wave. And once you get the hang of this, it will be no big deal. It's kind of like cursive writing. We'll come back up with the top of the sea. And then we'll do a little U-turn, curving under, so slowly. And you're drawing this for the very first time, I imagine. So just allow whatever comes to come. This is a little bit of a more challenging pattern. If you can allow your judgment to just float away, then you can allow your pattern to evolve without any labeling or judgment. When you reach the bottom, we'll come back to the top to that V, and we'll just curve it around. I always find when I draw in the opposite direction that my lines are a little bit different. And that is okay. Nothing needs to match. This pattern is all about water. Water just flows and does its thing without any judgment at all. I'll show you this pattern one more time here with a little bit of a different start at the top, a little variation that I've developed that you might find helpful. So we'll start again with a little semicircle, a really slow line. Feel free to change that shape if you'd like. Feel free to play with line spacing of your auras. This is a class where we explore and any idea that pops into your head that says, what if I do this? What if I make a really wide band? What if I make a really thin band? What if I make a really squiggly line? Those are all opportunities to try it out and see what happens. Well, this time, when you get to the top here, I'm just going to put a little circle instead of a little V. And when you get your little circle there, we're going to start here at the bottom, draw on top of the circle, and start. Draw on top of the circle and take off with our little C. And allow those little waves to just curl around the edge. Go to the other side. Now this is a very open pattern, just lines. So you have the opportunity to add creative fill, make some orbs, to add creative black, some thickening of some lines, some coloring behind or coloring in, or any other color you'd like to be using. These can pile up like this, or they can be drawn as a full circle. The curves don't have to be curves on the outside aura. You could play with any other shape you desire. You could just make them gentle waves, gentle curled lines. You could make them even more wild than they are, as I showed you. So if you want to draw this as a circle into your auras, I'm going to play with the shape of this and make it an oval at the top and an oval at the bottom. Start on the oval, take off. You can play with the spacing between the curves and the semicircle or the circle. Turn your tile to allow you to continue to draw all the way around. Always coming back to your breath, slowing down that pen, releasing any tension in your jaw or your forehead or your hands. Just gently watching the ink flow on the page without judgment, just a gentle allowing. Once you get going, you can draw these wherever you want on the page. You don't have to stack up in any logical order. And allow yourself to explore, knowing that exploration is a free and open path. It means you give yourself permission to try any idea that comes into your head. You give yourself permission to follow your intuition about what the next best move is, without judgment, just a gentle yes, I'll try that. Yes, that sounds interesting. And do it really, really slowly. Sometimes I'll get an inspiration or a thought in my head about doing something, and then I argue with myself. And I say, that's not going to work. That's a crazy idea. Why would I do that? That'll be a waste of time. And then the idea will come back again and again and again until I finally say, okay, fine, I will try this thing. And almost always, it's so wonderful. And I never would have thought of it on my own. And I'm so glad I listened to that inner voice. And always I learned something new. But sometimes it's not the end result. It's so fabulous, but the learning, because the learning leads me to something new. And that something new is fabulous. And had I kept with my own personal agenda, I never would have discovered that beautiful thing. This class is all about breathing and playing and allowing. And really slowly. Just breathing. And back to your breath, releasing any tension. The exhale. Watching those lines just gently form on the page. You can start a new piece of paper whenever you like. Try out a new idea. Really slowly. Slow drawing practice has completely changed my relationship to my pen in so many wonderful ways. It's changed my relationship with my breath. It's changed my relationship with creating. And all it takes is gentle intention, the intention to slow down, awareness of how you're breathing, how you're moving. I've been noticing it seep into how I'm eating. And I recognize that when I tune in, I might find that I am chewing rather quickly, eating rather fast, which is not the most peaceful way to be. I just take a breath. I just slow down. And eating becomes more enjoyable. The food tastes better. Just from noticing and breathing and choosing. and allowing. All things completely within my control. How lovely to actually take control of the things I can control instead of resigning them to the space where I can't control. I can always control my breathing. I can always control how quickly or slowly I walk or eat or draw. Control what I notice and pay attention to just by choosing. And sometimes that means choosing something new. And that's where I learned all kinds of fun things. Doing things differently, allowing those habits to float away. Been there, done that, know what it's all about. Let's try something new. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe it'll lead me to something I'll like even more. But I won't know unless I choose something new. New thoughts, new ways of doing things, new ideas, new beliefs. Really slowly. Releasing all judgment. A line is just a line. Nothing crazy is happening here. Ink on the page. Ink on the page that has never been created before and never will again, just in that way, by you or anyone. And that is super fabulous. Just allowing your lines to commingle and dance and play together without interfering. Watching the ink flow onto the page as your only part of the process. And as you draw really slow lines, and discover new things. So many variations. You don't even know. I think one thing has to be the way it is, the way it started, the way it began, until you really give yourself permission to explore. And you realize that nothing needs to be as it is, or because somebody said so, or because you said so. Everything is open to wild exploration and adoption of something new. Your lines on the page, patterns you explore, your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas. I was in the airport, and a 65-year-old man I sat down and started talking to this past weekend said to me, when I was young, I thought I knew everything. Now, the older I get, the more I realize I don't know anything. I know less and less and less about what's happening in the world, or about how things work. That has also been true for me. I think that when we think we know everything, or that we really know anything about anything, we close off the opportunity to learn something new about that thing, whether it be your pen, a line, a pattern, a relationship, a person. Absolutely everything is open to exploring with new eyes fresh perspective. And in order to get there, to be able to notice, to become aware of something new, the possibility of something new, it's always helpful to slow down. And so this practice, although so simple, drawing lines on a page, is actually really helpful over time to seeing your life, your habits, your perceptions, people in your life, yourself in a brand new way. It's not something you have to think about. It's not something you need to force. It's just something that can be allowed with gentle awareness and slowing down. And how wonderful that drawing lines on a page can help us do that. Really slowly, one breath at a time. And wonderful that tuning in is the way to do that. Not looking outside, not listening to somebody else, just tuning in to you. This is what I've drawn. My crazy explorations. I love them. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for drawing with me. I am so excited that you joined me. I have more videos of slow drawing this way with Zentangle, Zentangle Explore classes on YouTube, which you could find at Piszczek, Piszczek. If you'd like to donate to this class, you can find me at paypal.me/eternal possibility. And I hope that you draw with me again. Bye.